Hey, y'all. I'm sorry I'm late. I hit kind of a snag. The snag that I hit was that my husband is snoring in the bedroom. So I had to scramble and figure out where else to go in the house that has light enough, because that's the other problem, is having enough light to do these things. So I'm here in my kitchen and, well, not in my kitchen. I'm in my living room, actually, facing the kitchen. And a couple things to talk about today. I'm kind of a little bit perturbed. First, I want to get one thing out of the way. Everybody keeps talking about my hair. Thank you so much for the nice things you're saying about my hair. I just have to pull, yeah, I should be pulling my hair out. You see, it's all wavy and crazy because I just washed it because I went for a beach walk early today. Just wanted to say you too can have long hair. The secret is wash this part, condition this part, and for me, coconut oil, coconut oil, coconut oil all the time. You spray it on, you rub it in. It's the only way I'm able to have long hair, because I've got one of those Native American hairs. It's all straight, it's all crazy, that goes every which way, because I am quite a bit of Native American. Okay. Yeah, my living room is pretty nice. It's kind of dirty right now, or I would show more of it off. It's pretty good size too for a change. And he is snoring. He's snoring his ass off right now, and I don't want to put that on anybody. Anyway, I want to talk today a little bit about not so much Katie Joy, but some of her followers. I've been getting a lot of messages from a couple different followers, but particularly one that is a small channel that keeps trying to say that I've said the N-word on my channel. I can assure you I have never said the N-word on my channel. I don't even say it in my daily life. And I don't appreciate her saying that. Well, I started thinking about it, and there's a couple different issues here at play. And I think that this also goes into what Katie, her thoughts and things. And it plays in with Little Red and some of the other YouTubers I know. Yeah, that's straight organic coconut oil in a bottle. Yeah, I've never said it. I've never said it. I don't even think it. I was raised in the Deep South. I was raised by a father who was involved with the Klan for a while, so I know better. I saw it from the time I was a small child. I could not reconcile the idea that we had Black people that work for us at our home that were just wonderful people, and we also had my dad spewing hate on them. I could not reconcile that as a child, and that's how my theology is gone. In fact, I've gotten a lot of people who give me grief for saying that I support Black Lives Matter. I do. I would like to see everybody in America treated the same, level playing field. And that plays into what I want to talk about as far as Katie Joy's commenters. I was earlier today, I was watching some other videos. I'm trying to remember what her name is. The True Ball of Wax, I think it is. Nice lady. She was talking about how Katie Joy's commenters have come into her channel and just given her all kinds of grief, saying that her makeup's all wrong, saying that she's way too old, they don't like her hair, they don't like whatever. Here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that I used to say all the time with NLQ. My hair's driving me crazy, so damp. If we're really trying to support each other in this world as women and trying to move past the petty BS of this world, we should probably not throw rocks at each other over appearance. I think it was downright cruel what the commenters are saying. They're the same ones that are trying to say that I say the N-word. I may say the F-word occasionally, but not the N-word. And then I started thinking about it. I recently read a book by Trey Crowder of the Well-Read Comedy Tour and the Liberal Redneck called The Liberal Redneck Manifesto, Dragging Dixie Out of the Dark. Okay, written by him and two of the other guys that he does this comedy with, Corey Ryan Forrester and Drew Morgan. It was a really, really funny book. I really enjoyed it. But at the same time, I was kind of wincing because there were lots of parts that felt really true. Having grown up in the Deep South, and I know that a lot of my a lot of people I know in the anti-Katie Joy commentary channels are Deep South, like Lil Red, y'all. She's definitely Deep South. And a bunch of other ones. Here's the thing. Here's what Katie Joy's commenters are not understanding. And I think it's a cultural thing, maybe from the Midwest. I don't know. Maybe it's a cultural thing that has to do with just not being Southern. Just because someone has an accent, it does not make them stupid. Trey Crowder from the Liberal Redneck has an MBA. He's a very smart dude. I know so many wonderful Southerners that are highly educated, that are smart, that are funny, that you can't really even make that as a decision anymore. Like attracts like, you're right. Like attracts like. And I think if you're someone that you don't have a lot of life experience or world experience, you haven't been too many places, that you're going to go in those places. I really believe that with her commenters. Like I said, Dottie Morgan, Little Red Y'all, and now True Ball of Wax, they're all getting crap from some of Katie's. They're allegedly, in my humble opinion, getting lots of crap from Katie and her people. And I, for the life of me, just do not understand it. I never talk about KJ's plastic surgery. I never talk about any of her crap like that. I don't talk about her face. Once in a while, I may laugh over somebody saying something. And those of you who see me a little red know that I'm no fan of plastic surgery. I just am not, even though I have taken part in it a couple times. I've had scar revision. I've had cancer several times on my left breast, which I have to go in tomorrow and have them remove a little something again and look at that. I don't think it's cancerous, but that would be the only time I would personally have plastic surgery. I'm not going to bash Katie for having it, except to say I think she needs to fix this. Everybody has to decide those things. Everyone has to decide those things, and everybody has to decide whether or not they're going to support other women or they're just going to tear them down. This whole thing with Katie and what she's going through right now, part of me hopes that this is a wake-up call for her, that she is able to put her life together and pull out of whatever is going on in her mind and in her heart. Oh, well, thank you. I'm sure it's going to be fine. They're just going to scrape a little, what looks like skin cancer off. It's just a little thing, and who knows? It probably isn't. The last time I was going, oh my God, I got skin cancer, it was actually a mast cell growth. So I'm thinking this is the same, but who knows? Either way, if it's cancer, I'm getting everything lifted and removed. I'm getting smaller ones. That would be the only time I would ever have plastic surgery, but that's just me. Back to the plastics, past that stupid plastic surgery. We don't need to be tearing each other down over looks, because looks really don't matter. What matters is your character, your content of your character. If you love on folks, or you run around flipping the bird, and you're saying, well, bless your heart, instead of flipping the bird. And yeah, I just, I was watching CNN because I'm watching what's happening with the election, like I'm sure everybody else is. And I heard somebody say something incredibly smart that I thought about. And it really plays into the whole thing with KJ's claims, Katie Joy's claims. One of the female reporters from CNN said the whole purpose of journalism is to help people understand other people, other cultures, other ways of thinking, other ways of being. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. I think ultimately the role of a journalist is to expose people to different viewpoints, and not in a hostile way, but in a way that makes you go, oh, so that's what that's about. It happens to me almost every day. I get to see something that I don't understand, and hopefully there are good people around that help me understand. And I sometimes even say things here that I don't quite get, like I said, but who knows. I did want to say, somebody's been contacting me. We've been talking about the hit numbers for Katie when she had her blog at Pathos, her daily column. She apparently has been saying that she made something like 1 million hits every single day on her blog, or 500,000. I'm not sure. I didn't see the exact quote. So I'm spitballing here, and this is personal opinion. This is not fact. Take it as you will. If Katie was making those kind of hit numbers that she's claiming 1 million a day on her columns, she would not be going to YouTube. She would be making enough money where it would not even be attractive to fool with YouTube with all the hours a day. It would just not be attractive to her. It wouldn't be financially worthwhile. I know before she came on, once Pathos got bought again and we all had to change contracts again, nobody I know is making much money from it. Like I said, me personally, I was making just about enough to pay for my yarn and quilting fabric habit. That was about it. Oh, and my books. I had enough money to buy copies of stuff like the Little Redneck Manifesto. But nobody was ever going to get rich from that. After it got bought out the last time, I know that Katie's contract was the same as my contract. And well, I'm forbidden to actually say what that contract is. I'm pretty sure I still am. Let's just say ain't nobody getting rich off that. So I guess what I'm trying to say in my rambling Southern way today is let's try to be nicer to each other. Let's try not to judge each other on appearance. Appearance is the dumbest marker to judge somebody by. Judge people by how they act, by what they say, how they try to build or tear down other people. And that's really what it's all about. I'm hoping that I can stop talking about KJ now and her commenters are accusing me of the N-word and go back to talking about Costa Rica. I got to walk on the beach today for the first time in a little while, and it was absolutely glorious, rain or shine. It was wonderful. And the shame of it is I'm only living about 1.5 miles from the beach, but we have had such shutdowns with COVID here that it's hard to do that. They've had it actually shut for long stretches of time. You had to be off the beach. For a long time, it was like 6 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. only. And I rarely get up that early anymore. I'm old. So that's all I want to say. I did want to call out True Ball of Wax. I like your content. Keep on going, girl. Ignore anything that Katie's troops are saying. The Little Red and others can tell you that what they are saying is just in service of whatever Katie Joy is pushing that day. And the other thing about the commenters, they are spamming Tati Westbrook's lawyer. They're spamming him on Twitter and accusing him of all kinds of things. And they're also making all kinds of claims about Katie Joy that just prove his case. You know, if Katie wanted this to really be over, she would have her lawyer contact that lawyer and they would talk it out and then remove everything. She wouldn't be running around like a chicken with her head cut off, firebombing her sites over and over and over again after being ordered not to do that. She would go offline and take a hard look at herself and maybe think, maybe I ought to take a little bit of a mental health break. Mental health breaks are good for everybody. I know I have to take them every now and then. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here in the kitchen without my Kleenex, so I'm not rubbing my nose. Try not to touch my face. Anyway, let me look at my notes and make sure I hit everything I want to talk about. Yep. She didn't make that much money, I don't think, from YouTube. Southern racism. And the other thing I want to say is the reason for the coconut oil and the lack of makeup you see on me, except for a little lip gloss, is with my mast cell. This is really hard for me to ever do that. That's another reason why I rarely do long videos, because I don't always have the lung capacity or the brain cells from the lung capacity to be able to talk